Lila and I are going to go for a hike. We heard there's an abandoned swimming pool. Imagine that, an abandoned swimming pool away out here in the wilderness. We're going to hike in there, so join us for the hike. We're just following kind of a ravine. It's kind of goes down here, and leads to this abandoned swimming pool. Apparently, the owners gave us permission to go check it out, so we thought we'd make a video of it. Way out in the middle of nowhere. So I think we got a little ways here, so we'll get back. Kind of got a little colder out, so I had to throw my hoodie on. The wind was whistling up the valley there for a bit. It gets really steep here. I think that's it up there. You see it up there? So we're gonna have to climb this hill to get up there, I think. Looks like there's a fence around it down here. I wonder if we can go back from the other place. Let's go back up here. These hills are steep. Oh. Up a side of a mountain. Yeah, you have to take a drink every once in a while. I think we're gonna scale this mountain, get to the top up there, there's no fence, and see what we can see. Hey Lila, come back this way. Okay. Oh, there's a trail. I'll follow the dog. Oh. Doesn't look like much, but I'm not a mountain climber. Oh, but the dog is. I think this is it. Barbed wire fence. There's the pool. Okay, well. That one wire's tight. Barbed wire fence, it hooks on your clothes. Okay, we're in. Well, this is it. Someone went to a lot of work out here. And this is where we were going to climb up originally. But then there's that big deer fence. We were down there. Look at, they got a pump system here. And they have a whole bunch of hose there. I wonder if they were going down to the creek. I wonder if there's hose going all the way down to the creek. I bet you there is. And that's how they were filling it, maybe. Interesting. Then you would need power for the pumps, wouldn't you? I wonder how they do that. Huh. It's all unhooked. There's no power. Maybe it somehow circulates. I don't know much about swimming pools.
Over down that way, and what we've done here is we have put together what's called a hydraulic ram pump. And these things are fascinating, at least to me. We're capturing just the regular flow of water through a pipe. So we've got some head pressure. We've got a couple hundred feet of hose. They call this drive pipe. This comes into this contraption here. This is 3/4 inch PVC, 2 check valves, and a pressure chamber. It's pretty much all PVC except for your check valves. How this works is you want to open up that valve, Sam, so the water flows in with head pressure, flows in, and the water hammer immediately comes back and causes this valve to close. When this valve closes, it forces the pressure through the second check valve and into this pressure chamber, and this valve closes that way, so it does not allow anything to come back through. So what we're doing is we're capturing, you're using the flow of water to pump water. But what I want to do today is, it seems to us that the design of this waste valve is really what determines how much pressure you get. Right on 35 psi. Okay, so we got the modified foot valve on here. Testing this one out, this waste valve, and it looks like just below 35 psi, between 34. That's just about hitting 35. So it should be interesting here. We're going to attach this hose. This delivery pipe is what's running to our tanks way up, not in that barn, but in another one way up there. And so let's go up the hill here. I'll show you our delivery pipe setup. Okay, so I was curious, how could we find how high we were pumping water here, how high this thing was moving water. It turns out you can take your PSI reading. This is closed off, so we're just measuring the head pressure coming from the tank back through the hose. You can take your head pressure, multiply it by 2.31, and you can figure.
Well, there you have it, a swimming pool in the wilderness. Now let's just check out the grounds here. So let's say you want to rent this plot. You can actually rent this whole plot apparently. Maybe you could rent it seasonally, but you can rent everything. There is a hydrant here. Let's see if it works. Nothing, no air pressure. Stuff around here. Here. Looks like there's a road in here. Well, this is the abandoned swimming pool site. So if you're interested in renting this, put your name in the comments. We'll get a hold. We'll put you in contact with the owner, and you could turn this into a little paradise. Look at it here. It's beautiful. And the rent on this, I think, is quite cheap, very economical. So it's if you could set up here off grid, you would have access to water. They have water, and you'd probably have to build a sewer system, but whatever. There's even an old shed here that you could take over. Let's take a look at it. Could be straightened up, maybe. Looks like it's kind of could work. Just needs straightened up a bit. The doors are on it. It comes with a storage shed. Well, anyways, folks, this is a way out in the middle of nowhere. We got to get back and put some breakfast on. I'm getting hungry. I've just had water and half an apple, a couple scoops of yogurt. That's usually how I start my day, go for a walk. This has been a little bit of an exciting walk for Lila and I, something different. So I hope you guys enjoyed it with us. So anyways, we'll see you later. Shooting for calories, we're just shooting for a bit of protein. Not bad for toast without a toaster. That's better. Mm-hmm. Well, I just downloaded a movie and uploaded, I guess they call it. So we're just looking outside and it's rainy. You can see our RV unit here, and our solar panels and our truck and our shed. So this gives you a panoramic view kind of where we live. The scenery behind us, and then right here we installed a wood stove on our deck, and the cat and the dog just love it. They sit by the heat because it's raining outside, and we sit by the heat and have a coffee and Yesterday my good wife was doing laundry. It was sunny outside, so she could. And what I like is I can come right back here into my bedroom. I have it lifted up. It's on hydraulics, but I'll turn a light on. Doesn't help. But that's our whole power system that runs the place. And there's our washroom. It's under construction. We're redoing the tub area. There's the good wife. You want to say hi?
Hello.
And this is where she hangs out.
Yeah. Sorry. I work now. Oh, where's the dog going?
And the dog is
I said
gone.
hello. She follows you. She wants to say hello.
Oh, really?
See?
You want to say hello?
She thought that there was somebody here because I said hello.
You said hello
So
like
she-
someone was there. She knew the tone of voice.
And she was asleep.
And we're just finishing up our flooring, and it's always work in progress. And
Oh, yeah.
here's where we can cook, but we can now cook outside. So we have lots of options. So we're quite cozy here, quite happy, and beautiful space, beautiful place to live, beautiful place to walk and tour. So you can always see a lot on our other channel, Creekside Tails. It's on YouTube, and we do a week-to-week journey following us. So we'll see you guys later. Lila, Nugget, and my good wife, Shauna. And she's the one that makes the firework.
Keep it going.
Yeah, she keeps it all going.
All we want to do is stay ahead of the chill now. Knock it down.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome.
Okay, well,
Use the back door.
we'll see you guys in a bit. Bye for now. Well, we noticed our gutters weren't working right, so we're just cleaning them. There's a big rainstorm coming up. And as we were cleaning them, we noticed that one of them is broken, cracked.
Yep.
So we're going to try to silicone it.
We're going to plug this from the bottom.
Oh yeah, it's joined even.
Yeah. So I don't know how much I have to do. Oh no, where'd my tool go? Oh, there it is. I need you to hold this, of caulking. I just need to doctor this. Ouch. All right. Okay, so I'll give you some light if you can see in there. So I've seamed right in here. So here's your RV gutter. Runs all down the side
What's this big thing of caulking?
of both sides. I think that there was an awning under here before, because this is a used trailer, so they had caulked it so that it wouldn't leak. So anyways, but this gutter here, I cleaned these about 2 months ago, 3 months ago now, and you can already see that there's some debris in here, so I will give them a sweep out again. But when I did this, I had to take a screwdriver and pry the dust out from both sides, and that stopped all of the water dripping down the side of the trailer. So once or twice a year, folks, if you own a house, clean your gutter. If you own a trailer, clean your gutter too. You can see it just runs all the way down. Okay.
Looking good. Well, that's looking good, eh?
Yeah. So you can see the beets that we just added.
It's a Ukrainian dish, eh?
Well, there's Ukrainian, Lithuanian, Russian borscht, and I'm guessing that everybody's borscht pot is going to be just a little bit different. Usually we add carrots and carrots, cabbage, all of that, but it's nice with the bacon.
It's like a stew, a beet stew, eh? Can only put so much in it.
Yeah, the pot only takes so much. Anyways, real good.
Well, it's Friday out, a little bit gloomy, but we're inside here. I'm working on the computer, gonna have a cup of tea, and I couldn't help but see these two on the couch. Look at them, they're really enjoying themselves in here. The dog cuddled up with the cat. Look at the cat. Look at the cat. Hi, kitty. Look at her leg over top the dog. She's got her leg over top the dog. I'm just gonna leave them alone. 'Cause they're so cute together. This morning there was frost. When the sun's actually out, we're making about 800-900 watts when it hits them. And so we started doing our laundry. So we have our laundry all hung out. It's nice and warm in here with the stove. So it's just kind of a laundry day. And run the generator, charge the batteries up. That's what we do off grid. Class of RV you really need. You know, this here RV is an older one. It's 2007, I believe. And it's what they called a park model back then because it has a sliding door. But I think if we were to buy an RV again, we would probably buy a fifth wheel. But then we would probably be more mobile. Maybe we would just be in this park here and this park there. This is more of a permanent setup. We insulated the RV. You can see from some of our previous videos, we've got foam boarding all the way around. We did the slide out. So this RV is designed to really stay here. You could move it, but it's not something. It's not the type of RV you're going to go from campsite to campsite with. It's too long. It's a park model. They bring them to your park and then they set them up and they stay there. So that's how we envision this. It's just a park model. It stays here, stays in the park. So we might as well make the best out of the deck. So you take an old RV and now you put this deck on it. You got something that you cannot get in a $100,000 unit. You just can't get it. You know, they have the little dinky electric fireplaces in them. You see, these RVs are made to hook up to power. Some of them have 50 amp circuits. They have huge furnaces on them to pump the air and heat them. So an RV is not efficient. It's not an efficient way to live if you're going to try to weather a winter in an RV. This is much more efficient. The RV is smaller. It doesn't have the big roof, you know, like a fifth wheel, and it doesn't consume as much propane, and your furnace is smaller, and so on and so forth. So this RV is cheaper to buy, and it's cheaper to run. You know, it's a 30 amp circuit. That's standard for most smaller RVs, but the bigger RVs are 50 amps. Then sure, you might say, well, we got a washer, dryer in an RV. Well, you can see that over here. Down in the corner there, we have a washer and a dryer. So I have the dryer rigged up so it'll work off generator, and I have the washer hooked up so it'll work right off. Just plug it in to the RV, and our power system will run it. So we've designed it that way. Easy to do. You don't need a 50 amp. If you had that built in, you'd need a 50 amp circuit. But keeping it separate like how we're doing it, we power that when the generator runs. The dryer anyways. The washer I can power right off the cabin. We have to run our 3000 watt inverter. It'll spike a bit just so it handles the load with all the internet and the fridge and so on and so forth. So we're running 2 inverters, a 1000 watt inverter to keep the power down. If we have to do laundry or run a shop vac, we just lift the bed and take our 2 plug-ins and plug them into the 3000 watt inverter and turn it on. And it can run while we're doing laundry and vacuuming and things like that. So that's another method of saving power. Every little bit of power is so important when you're living off grid that you conserve on it and you figure out ways to do it. So that's what we're doing here. Everyone has a different situation, but we run this like a house. If we want to turn the laptop on and watch a movie, or we call that TV nowadays. TVs I think are obsolete. Everything's off a laptop or a tablet even, and people are watching individually what they want to watch on YouTube or Prime or Netflix or whatever. Here we have mostly YouTube. It's free. We have Prime because we buy off Amazon, so that's kind of what we have. We just keep it cheap. We don't need all the extra stuff because we have so much to do around here. Outdoor life. We're not living in a city or anything. We can go for walks and learn to enjoy the outdoor more rather than being tied to TV. But in the winter time, it's a way that we Canadians pass a lot of time. Maybe we do what we have to do outside, and we come in where it's warm and weather out the winter. So that's typical for most areas of the planet. But can you do it in an RV where you have winters? Well, we believe that we can. This is it's not an all-weather RV, but we insulated the foam board around. It's a park model. It's an older park model, so it does have some pretty good insulation in it. We had panels and stuff apart. We're redoing roof vents and so forth. And it's not the worst camper on the block for insulation, but it's not the best either. It is what it is. If you want to pay $100,000 and go buy to the top of the day, we're just up early. What is it? It's just after 7. We were up about 6. It was dark out, and we got up and we stooped the stove. So the stove, we bring in the wood, and every time we get up at night to use a washroom or something, then we can put a piece of wood in the stove, keep it going all night. And we've been keeping the doors open. We've been running a fan. You can see the fan through the over here. It's over there. And we have the bedroom door open at the far end, and we have the patio doors open, and the furnace has not ran in the camper. Yeah, and we find the furnace doesn't run in the camper because the stove has thrown out a lot of heat, a lot of BTU, more than this area needs. We got it dampered right down, and that stove, that's a good stove for free. So we thank who out there that said, yeah, just take the stove. So thank you. It's a decent stove. It's perfect. here. I couldn't imagine throwing a few tarps up. I think key was insulating the floor. We walk around in our socks. The floor is warm. So we ran that insulate stuff, that insulation. You'll see in our last video. A lot of the videos we've showed it. But the floor is insulated, so it's warm. The trailer's warm. The tin's warm. And this is our hangout area. So this is where we come to have a coffee. And as you can see, it's unlike any other room because it's a panoramic view. You know, we can look all around, and you can see everything. You know, and isn't that what you want? You know, I found in the RV last year, or before the deck, before this, just a few days ago, the RV, you know, it has a lot of windows in it, but you're still in a kind of a box. And this is more like camping. This is more like being outside, but not being outside. You know, it's warmer in here than it is in the RV. As an example, just grab the temperature thing, and it reads 27 degrees in there, which is 81 degrees Fahrenheit in the camper, and that's because of, oh, I'm sorry, it's 27 degrees out here, which is 81.9 degrees Fahrenheit out here. So in the camper it's 22 degrees Celsius, which is 72 degrees Fahrenheit in the camper. So it's 82 degrees out here, it's 72 degrees in here. If you want to cool off, we come in the cabin, the RV. But I can feel the heat blowing in because of that fan's pointing right at the door. So I'm going to damper that down a bit. It's a little hot in here. And this thing just has screw dampers. There, I'm going to see what dampering it right down does. Whew. So this has changed our concept of living off grid in an RV in colder climates. Here in October is when you start to feel winter rolling in. You see frost on the ground in the mornings, ice, little sheets of ice. So we know at night it's freezing, it's getting cold, but here you wouldn't know it. This thing burns all night. You wouldn't know. We don't notice anything. The cabin's warm. Our bedroom is back there, so it's that door back there, and we leave that open, just and you feel the warm air come in. So it's quite amazing. As you can see, we have the windows open on the side there, letting the heat into the RV. Nothing like a fresh coffee in the morning. You notice I have my back over here. It's too hot over there. But first thing in the morning, we're getting things rolling. You know, we're sitting over there because we let the fire go down to the coals, you know, last log of the night or whatever. But you can roll through a lot if you don't damper it. Got to damper it right down so you don't roll through the logs too hard. We don't need it this hot. So we're just getting used to it. This is like day 3 with the stove, and we've been cooking off the stove steady. You're going to see a little feature on making borscht. You know, we yesterday that's what we did. We made a big pot of borscht on the stove. Beautiful. And so you can imagine the RV is using less power because the furnace uses power. Every time that furnace runs, it's using power. So the RV is using less power with the stove. Now the other thing the RV is using less of is propane. It's run off propane. Our stove is propane. Our furnaces are propane. So the furnace isn't running and we're not cooking inside, so we're doing it all on this wood stove. And therefore we're buying less propane, or we're consuming less propane. So of course wood, there is a cost if you buy it by the cord split. It's about $3 Canadian, about $3.25 up here, I think, delivered. I think the good neighbor's getting that cheap. Hun, what's the neighbor getting the wood for a cord? Three delivered? Yeah, 300 to 350 delivered. So that's the cost of wood. Now you can get a wood permit in BC. They give it to you, and you can go out just outside of the of this RV park. It's what they call provincial land or something, government land, I guess. And you can get a permit and go and cut some deadfall right there, and then haul it in. We might do that. I'd have to get a power saw. I had a couple of power saws on the old farm, and I used to do all my own. And I sold them at the auction because you know how it is, they get wore out. So we just sold everything. But you know, I may acquire a power saw or just pay someone to do it and back the truck up. And depends how much you know, we're pretty busy here, so we've got to, depends how much time we have. You know. Yeah, you know, I think it's something to consider. Pros and cons with going out and getting your own wood. Is dangerous if you're not a woodsman and you don't know how to. There's some big trees up here. I wouldn't want to fall them on my own. It's like any trade, to be a faller or to fall trees. And the guy that went out and got this jag of wood for us, he has a big saw, a big blade, been doing it for a while, and he knows how to fall these trees. So people get killed falling trees. The tree kicks up, kills the guy. It can be dangerous. So then you have to have all this gear, right? Power saw gear, protective gear. You got this blade spinning. You've got splinters of wood coming at you. You know, so there's pros and cons. I believe these guys that go out and get all this cord of wood, bring it home and split it, or some of them split it out in the woods. I know this last one, the guy just split it out in the woods and just kept bringing us cartloads of it until we had a cord. But it's a lot of work. So sometimes just paying $300, $350. Let's say you're a regular customer, so you get it on for $300. You'll give me a load every. We'll have to figure out how far a cord goes. But if we're burning this stove all the time, you're gonna probably use. I hate to say a cord a month, but in the depth of winter, when it's cold, you could use a cord a month. Now in off season, you're putting in a little bit of fire here, and then it warms up in the afternoon, so you let your fire die out. You're not going to use as much wood. So we'll see. Again, this is experimental. You know, heating a deck is different than heating a house with an insulated roof. We don't have any insulation to keep the heat in, but this thing pumps out a lot of heat, just dampered right shut. So, but you can put 4 big logs in there, and it has a big wood chamber, so you can burn a lot of wood, I guess. Oh, anyways. You know, having a deck like this too changes your, if you're going to be sedimentary, you have an RV lifestyle, you're in one place, and you're allowed to put a deck on. Covering it in like this and putting a wood stove in it changes the.
Check, check, check 1, check 2, check, check.